Hello friends, my name is Masood. Today we'll discuss about a topic matrix organization. Friend, today's topic is very interesting and we will see this topic with reference to project management, PMI, PMBOK, project management body of knowledge. And friend, if you are studying project management or you are planning to give exam of PMP, so you will see this topic in the exam. At least 8 to 10 questions will definitely be there in the exam which are directly related to the topic matrix organization. So if you are planning to give exam of PMP, so it is very necessary that your concept related to matrix organization should be very clear. Secondly, friend, if you are a professional project manager and working in any organization as a project manager, so this is necessary to understand the concept of matrix organization, because nowadays most of the organizations are working in a matrix organization model. So let's start. First of all, I would request to please subscribe to my channel and click on the bell option as well so that my new videos can reach to you. So let's start. Matrix organization. Uh, Friends, see, nowadays most of the organization are working in a model of matrix organization. First of all, we have to understand actually what is matrix organization. Generally, the concept of organization is based on functional organization. Functional organization means that there are functional based divisions, like for example the software division, the accounts division, the finance division, the HR division. So the everyone is the organization is based on specialized divisions, and every division has a head, and the head of the departments reports to normally generally CEO of the company, and CEO of the company is having the whole sole responsibility to the direction of a company. Now, nowadays, what happened actually, friend, that with the passage of time, it evolves that project management also evolve. So, whenever we talk about matrix organization, matrix organization is a structure in which there is more than one line of reporting manager. Effectively, it means that the employees of the organization have more than one boss. What does it mean actually? See, uh, the earlier or initially the working methodology of software development or generally the development or division based approach was that there is one division, for example software division, and the head of the division is software is the head of the department, and the head of the department reports to CEO. Now after after introducing the project management, now what happened that the resources of the division reports to in the matrix organization reports to the head of the department software, and they also reports to project manager as well. So in matrix organization, the approach of implementation or working is that there are basically two bosses. One is the functional manager, like the head of the department, and one is the project manager. So this is the approach, like the resources generally reports to the functional manager, the head of the department, and they also reports to project manager. Why actually it happens? See what happened, why it happens like that. So you are also maybe thinking that how it could possible that there are two bosses. See, one is the functional manager and the second one is the project manager. The approach of matrix organization is that all the things related to project management or related to projects, so resources reports to them, and all the matter related to technical solutions and technical reporting, the resources report to functional manager. So in that way actually the matrix organization works. If you just see from here, I just want to show you the matrix organization structure. If you see from here, this is the team. Like for just assume that software engineers, software designers, the production deployment team. So this is the team who is working here. Okay, so this is the team. The team reports to functional manager. Who is functional manager? Functional manager is the head of the department. Okay, and they also reports to project manager. Project manager is the head of the project actually. Okay, and they both reports to executive. Executive means CIO or CEO of the company. They both reports to executive of the company. Executive may be CTO, any C level, CTO, CEO, CIO, etc. So in that way the organizational structure based on, in that way they progress on. Like this is the team, project team. It can be any division. Normally I'm just giving you an example of software department. The software person, software developers, software designers, and this team reports to both functional manager and the project manager. And functional manager means the head of the department of software division. Just take an example here. And they also reports to project manager as well. Project manager is the head of the project, and they both reports to executive. Now friend, what are the disadvantages of this way of working here? The disadvantages is that friend, normally the most bigger disadvantage or problem in that working model is that matrix organization, there are two bosses. So you can imagine that whenever there are two bosses, so there are conflicts of interest. For example, there are two bosses, boss A and boss B. Boss A wants to say that focus on that particular thing. I want to deliver this thing tomorrow. Okay. The boss B is saying that also focus on any other task. I also want to deliver it tomorrow. So as a project team, as a software developer, obviously the person or the resource will become confused that which task is having more priority. So, so whenever there are two bosses, friends, it happens that the conflict of interests are there, conflicts of approach are there, and you can say some sort of issues between the two bosses will always be there. It's a very normal scenario, and generally it happens that the functional manager and project manager, they must have to work together. However, the project team face issues or problems due to that reason, because the both bosses, like the functional manager and the project manager, they are having some conflicts of issues, conflicts of interest, conflicts of priorities. So this is a very common problem. Also friend, this is also one problem. One problem is that workload also increase. Why? What happened actually? First one, the issue of priority, because maybe the project manager has an other priority and the function manager has other priority. The second thing is that the workload also increases. How workload increase? The project manager wants that 5 tasks should be completed within this week, and functional manager also want that his other 5 tasks should also be completed in this week. Okay, so the as a project team or as a project team member, you cannot say no to functional manager or project manager. So the workload would also be increased if both project manager and the functional manager don't talk to each other, don't communicate to each other. So this is the second problem or second disadvantage. The advantage is that the biggest problem using a matrix organization structure is that it allows the sharing of highly skilled resources between functional units and projects. Communications are open, which helps knowledge move throughout the organization with less abstraction. See, friend, here, whenever we are working in matrix organization, the biggest advantage is that uh, whatever the project you have received to work, you just talk with the senior management or executives, and you can involve the skilled resources for you. For example, you have received a project in which you have to involve the software QA person. So you don't need to hire any other person, you just talk to the executives and he can align a QA person for you. Similarly, you need a deployment person, production deployment resource. So you just talk with the head of the department and you can involve the production deployment team for your project. So you don't need to hire any other person, you just talk to other person, like just communicate with other person, and you can involve very skilled resources in your project. So this is a very positive scenario. Secondly, the way of communication is very good in matrix organization. Why? Because there are the communication are open, resources can talk to each other very easily, and whatever the issues are there, they can communicate to project manager, and project manager talk to the executives. In this way, the communication is better. Communication is very better, and also they can talk to functional manager, and functional manager can talk to CEO or executive. So in this way, the communication and the way of communication is much better. So friend, thanks a lot for your time, and thanks a lot for your time, and that's all from my side. I hope you like this video. If you like, please share it with your friends and colleagues, and thanks a lot for your time. Thank you.